This is definitely the single most scuffed video I will ever upload to this channel. We're going to be playing Black Ops 1 Zombies for the Wii, but it wasn't really that simple. I sadly don't have my capture card for the Wii anymore, so I needed to use a totally air quotes illegal copy of it for the PC. But the Nintendo Karma lawyers immediately struck me down though, because it took roughly 6 hours of troubleshooting to even get the game to work. And my reward for all of that is being allowed to play this game in French. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason none of the English versions would actually work, so all of the baguette boys in the audience, you guys can have a field day today. Also, no, you don't need to check if your screen's messed up. This game just natively runs at the same quality as a sex tape from the 14th century, because look man, it's a Wii game of Call of Duty. It probably had the budget of between none and zero. But anyway, let's get gaming. So right away, because I'm still getting used to the controls, I decided to buy the Olympia from the wall and get through the first few rounds just without embarrassing myself. I also bought Quick Revive because no time is better than now, and I started to open up the map. Of course, I had to buy the MP40 because no game of Kino der Toten is complete without it, no matter the platform. By the way, good time to mention why my aim and general movement is terrible, because basically no matter what I did, I was only able to map some buttons to the normal locations on a controller. Most are in completely different slots than they normally are, like how swapping weapons is being controlled by hitting down on the D-pad, or shooting isn't even done with a trigger in this configuration. Good thing though that literally the first mystery box spin that we did in this entire game gave us the Thunder Gun. Absolutely unreal luck in these challenges lately. Seriously, people are gonna start thinking I'm cheating or something. And the keen-eyed among you may have also noticed that you can reload the Thunder Gun on here without needing to empty the magazine, which just feels so cursed no matter how many times I see it. Our first Hellhounds came on round 8 and they were easy as usual, but now it's time to begin banking some points, so that means it's time for a wall weapon. But the M16 just seems boring to buy, so you know what, let's buy the AUG in the theater room. Yeah, so this is one of the few additions that were made to the Wii version, is an AUG wall buy, which is really nice in theory, but also entirely unnecessary. Just place it where the M16 is at, but go off king, I guess. Despite that though, I really like seeing oddities such as this in Zombies. It really adds character between all of the different versions. I also wanted to see if the traps work the same, and surprisingly enough, yeah, they do actually. The fire trap is elite as always, so that'll be good to know on for later in the game. For now though, I will be using my pistolet Eclair to blast through some of the rounds, but immediately it's already starting to feel a little slow, and I think I know why. Because the Wii is a basic potato and this blurry ass game is already pushing its technical boundaries, the developers had to limit the amount of zombies that can be spawned in at any one time. Usually on most platforms for zombies it's 24, but I can only count 16, which means more waves of zombies, less effective thunder gun shots, and overall longer rounds because of that. And the cherry on top for this is that the overall zombie count that you get for each round is seemingly identical to the normal games as far as I can tell. So that may be fine for now, but on higher rounds this is going to get very worrying very quick. Speaking of worrying, why did no one mention to me just how good these grenades are? On round 23 against full health zombies, a single grenade was able to kill almost an entire horde. That's pretty unheard of aside from a few special grenades throughout the years, and I believe this makes them actually stronger than monkey bombs and claymores. An unexpected ally, but a welcome one nonetheless. And finally, I was able to get Speed Cola on round 24 and somehow ended up watching a slideshow. Get used to seeing that, by the way, because those scuffed ass frames are only going to get more and more common as we get further in this video. Round 26 is more Hellhounds, which went bye-bye very quickly. Then for some reason, when round 29 began, I pack-a-punched my Eclair even though I had some ammo in it still. I went through there with the intention of packing the AUG, but nope, my brain just did not want to do that apparently. Really cool pack machine though. The colors actually make my dopamine go burr for some reason, and it was aesthetically pleasing. Also, holy shit, that's a big knife and an even bigger teddy bear. I'm actually going to see that thing in my nightmares tonight. A few rounds later though, I wanted to get a bit spicy. We have enough points, so it's time to procure an old friend, and no, it's not the invisible HK-21, and it's also not the monkey bombs, even though they are good to have. There we go. Name a more iconic duo than the pistolet Eclair and the pistolet laser. Just rolls off the tongue so well, doesn't it? But for all the memes, this is the most iconic duo in Zombies, and to the surprise of no one who's ever played Zombies ever, they put in some very good work. Or Sometimes, at least. Let me explain. So during this entire game, my ability to aim has been slowly degrading. I'm using a PS4 controller for this and have never had any significant issues with it. That's why I found it weird when more and more as the game went on, I was not able to look left or right when I needed to. I would move my thumbstick and it would either seemingly stick to a hidden target that I couldn't see or not move at all for literally seconds at a time. I had no issues looking up or down, just left and right. My two theories are that I accidentally spilled too many Doritos and blue Sonic curry onto my controller, as all gamers do, or the game/emulator just wasn't taking the inputs very well. It started to get really bad in the late 30s when I was trying out the fire trap room again and using the ray gun to keep zombies in their windows, which meant actually precise aiming because the ray gun is not the thunder gun, it doesn't just take out everything on the screen all at once. That seriously did not go well and made me shit myself out of fear more than a few times, especially when the zombies can do weird stuff like this and hold on to you as if it was World of War. Needless to say, no more fire trap room anymore. Round 41 was more of the undead doggo variety, and round 42 got off to a roaring start with me getting trapped on a barrier that sticks out of a completely flat surface and stopped me from moving. I'm not expecting polish, but that one just really made me sad on the inside. Oh well though, I got my perks back without a ton of hassle and finished off the round with not very much ammo left either. I was able to make it through round 43, but needed to upgrade my ray gun as 44 began because my eclair was almost completely empty and so was the ray gun. But predictably though, because I was trying to farm a max ammo, I didn't notice the zombie come from behind and stick it in my behind to take me down one more time. Ranime sounds like a weeb rap group, but I digress, and I bought my third and final quick revive. A few minutes later, I finally got the max ammo that I desperately needed and could finish off the round. I'm pretty sure that this version actually has less drops than normal Kino der Toten, but that's just a theory as of now. Round 45 began with me grabbing a fire sale and being hit with a 17-second line of dialogue in French that I don't understand and includes a very long evil laugh. Dude could have just said mystery box flambe and been done with it, but he had to be extra, and you know what? Good on him. With round 45 and 46 finished though, we're getting close to our goal, but the rounds are really starting to hit the upswing on the difficulty curve. Part of that difficulty is when I accidentally hit the touch bar on my controller and it tabbed me out of the game, so I couldn't move at all. Look, I never claimed to be a genius, alright? But anyway, dumb mistakes aside, it's taking about 20 thunder gun shots and ray gun ammo to make it through a single round at this point. For it being so relatively early on in the game, that is worrying as hell. And even more worrying once again is me trying to train entire hordes of zombies in the alleyway without quick revive and the inconsistent ability to even turn around properly. I don't know what in the fuck I was thinking was going to happen here. I had no right to be out here, let alone survive long enough to come to my senses and bail out before game overing. Once I was out of there though, predictably I ran out of thunder gun ammo, and because of the aforementioned reasons, I decided against spinning the mystery box mid-round for a new thunder gun. Instead, I bought the AUG back again, somehow killed a few zombies with it, and I got an insta-kill, which is actually kind of pog. Sadly, it didn't lead to more drops, but it was cool nonetheless. I then pack-punched it, which really didn't help at all though, since I couldn't really notice much of a damage difference. Without very many options left though, I decided to pick up the idea of using the electric traps around the map to at least somehow reach round 50, even if I don't have much left after that. My last thunder gun shot was wasted on me getting cornered on the single most pointless barrier ever added to any video game ever. Undeterred though, I kept running around the map and just using traps as I went, and then suddenly my unreliable controller caught up with me and dying a few hordes away from round 50. Absolutely heartbreaking. Now go watch me actually break some world records on another horrible version of Call of Duty Zombies.